Hey guys, Tyrup here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Novgorod Outskirts. Playing for you today, spawning in the north, we have MrGhosty playing its OKW. And his loadout is Special Operations, Firestorm, and Grand Offensive. Based off from in the south, we have VonIvan playing as Soviets and straight away locking into Tank Hunters. Going for a tier 1 start as well. Interesting build. Two ranks, MrGhosty around rank 50 OKW. VonIvan around rank 15 with Soviets at the moment. He's been, he's been on holiday. Hasn't been playing much Co recently, so he's pretty rusty at the moment of VonIvan. Stack that on top of a mean commander and probably going to be a pretty close match. Okay, so he's going into a penal as his next squad. I think I remember when Loveness used this commander briefly. He'd go for 2 penals, 2 conscript build. We'll see what VonIvan opts for here. The real issue with playing Tank Hunters is, of course, once upgraded with the PTRSs, conscripts just lose so much of their anti-infantry damage. They become almost helpless. So we'll see how VonIvan tries to combat that. In some cases, going for the penal can help you bolster your anti-infantry firepower. Some people try snipers, some people try machine guns. Generally, I don't think the Maxim is the answer, because while it can get you the suppression, it can't get you the model drops. I had not much success using Maxim spam with PTRS conscripts in the past, just because I wasn't bleeding them any manpower, But it looks like at the moment, VonIvan staying on a pretty close to standard build path here. It's gone for a squad conscripts instead of an extra combat engineer. Which does make sense. You want to have those conscripts available for the PTRSs later. Here we go, he's about to jump into the M3 with the penal. Conscripts managing to sneak their way onto the fuel point, got them neutralized there. Back the other way though, cut off control from MrGhosty. And here comes the M3, chasing away that squad. Similar story up here. And combat engineers getting overwhelmed on the far corner, 2v1. VonIvan, interestingly enough, actually going to stick around here for the capture with this M3. I'm not sure about that. Generally with a shock unit such as this, you just need to be running around the map inflicting as much damage on troops as possible. Kind of don't use it for capping, because this is essentially like 2 units standing on a point, very inefficient in terms of unit control, capping power. VonIvan diving onto the cutoff, but it looks like it's still going to be connected through the central VP there. Got a pretty early battle group going down for MrGhosty. He's foregone one squad to get that out as quickly as possible. So super fast access to the Panzer IV there. Knocks out the engine.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Flame popping, still a while away. VonIvan pushing onto his own fuel here. Yep, you could expect that to happen. Incendiary grenade. MrGhosty hoping to swing the engagement in his favour that way. It's the ideal time to be looking for an incendiary grenade when you're up against them. Like when you know you're going to definitely beat your opponent, or maybe it's like a 50-50. They'll be looking to throw an incendiary grenade to try and swing the engagement in their favour. So those are the kind of engagements you need to be watching for grenades on. But overall, VonIvan getting off to a pretty slow start. Taking the Faust, really slowing the momentum from his M3, but he did manage to sneak onto the fuel point on the far side. So at least returning the favour a little bit on MrGhosty. Looks like he threw a satchel out there. Did not connect. And now VonIvan looking a little bit stronger. MrGhosty, he's in a tough position here because he's gone for the super early battle group. But generally, I don't recommend going for a flak half track against Soviet Tier 1 while the M3 is still alive. If you've done a good job, you managed to knock out the M3 super early on, maybe you can go for it then. Otherwise, it's just too easy for a PTRS squad inside the M3 to chase down the flak half track
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
and kill it. Well, we did see an Opel Blitz coming out here. Hasn't gone for medics from his HQ yet, but it looks like he's going to use this offensively. Which does of course mean we've got the Firestorm commander. Upgrading with the, oh, not STGs over here, no MP40s yet though. Blitz comes forward, takes a bit of damage, now pulling back. How much does that cost? 220. So a bit of an unusual build path here. Often we'd see Opel Blitz combined with the mechanized, used it for healing. In this case being combined with the battle group. Kind of doubling up on the healing potentially. And MrGhosty, having gone for a build where he's gone for like a pretty early team weapon of fast tech, doesn't really have like a huge blob to move around with the Opel Blitz to really maximize its offensive potential. So this is looking like a bit of a tough start for MrGhosty. But VonIvan also getting off to a rough start. Having his fuel decap for so long, generally would be seeing, you know, tier 3 down at this stage, close to a T70, but VonIvan nowhere near that. Satchel out, dodge. Not reinforcing this squad with the Opel Blitz though. Bit of a mistake, I think. Yeah, he's trying to do some pushing, needs to be getting the reinforcing going at the same time. Probably could have won that engagement if he'd done that. Slight mistake there. I've got a squad of MP40s and they actually perform pretty well these days. MrGhosty jumping onto the cutoff. Put a PTRS conscript into the M3, maybe going to go half track hunting. Grenade in, no dodge from Von. Ooh. Oh, and he loses the squad. Not paying attention there. Costly mistake. Penal chased away from the fuel by the Stern Pioneers. But a pretty good camp on the cutoff rather from MrGhosty. Denying Von fuel on this side for quite some time, though of course this one was connected. Trying to put a mine down there, did complete it. Oh, and Von's going to run over it. maybe he didn't see. Maybe he thought it didn't get finished, I don't know. But that relieves a lot of pressure from MrGhosty, honestly. Now VonIvan's forces, after losing a penal and an M3, quite weak. Looks like maybe VonIvan had queued up his tier 3 tech when I wasn't watching. And that's why his fuel count was so low earlier on. So we have a T70 coming in. MrGhosty does have a Raketin, currently camped in the middle. This T70 is going to have to do a lot of work to get VonIvan back in the game. MrGhosty getting out his next tech truck. And this is the exact kind of timing you want to hit. So you really want to have your tech truck down, covering something like a cutoff or a fuel point. If you're going for that fast tech pathway, that way you can defend so much more easily against your opponent's light vehicle. hunting for this. Raketin coming across. There are a lot of like sight blockers around here. Getting a bit tricky for the Raketin, and the T70 finishes the job right at the base doorstep. Raketin setting up. Squad closing in for the Faust. Raketin needs to change directions. Oh, a little bit slow on the direction change. The tree's blocking the sight at the moment. T70 moving pretty quickly. I thought it was on the road, but it doesn't look this section counts as road. Raketin setting up. Oh, he's going to... Do you have sight of that? I'm not sure. Don't know if that was an attack ground or what, but the T70 is down, so VonIvan, at least he got a wipe for the troubles. Losing the T70 like that, that's no good. Tech truck is up. Doesn't have the upgrade on it yet, just going straight for the Obers. But yeah, covering the cutoff like that going to be so much easier for MrGhosty to defend now. Oh, grenades exchanged here. But ultimately MrGhosty coming out on top. Forcing VonIvan back. VonIvan has rebuilt one of his penals, by the way.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Could potentially at this juncture have gone for a sniper as well. That'd also be pretty good. You know you're not up against your opponent's light vehicles. Nothing, no looks or anything's going to come chasing down for you. Also, I've seen the Volksgrenadiers with the MP40, so no, you're not up against like Jaeger lights or Fallschirmjäger. Nothing's going to pop out of camo on your sniper. And you're also up against a couple of team weapons, the machine gun. So some good targets for the sniper on top of that. I think it's worth considering at least. The sniper build there in that scenario for VonIvan, but VonIvan pretty rarely goes for a sniper. Even in counter snipe situations. After not going for a different route. He's getting overwhelmed here, throwing out the concussive grenade. VonIvan stopping right in the middle of it, taking a full stun from it. Nice.
Supply lines have been cut.
VonIvan and MrGhosty both floating. Quite a lot of manpower now. Some decisions to make. Where is that from MrGhosty? Looks like he's going to go for another Volksgrenadier. I think that's fair enough. Just another squad available for capping. Fausts. Could potentially go on for another squad of Oberso as well. And once again jumping onto the cutoff. VonIvan just continually getting cut off so far this game.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
To a tough start. Or tough mid game as well. It's going down the front, conscripts coming around the corner. And slightly late on a retreat. Might go down here as he crosses the road. VonIvan chasing the run and gun. Looking for the wipe on the MG34. But it's going to make it home, I think. Most cool. Yeah, the side penals. Oh, they do lose the Volksgrenadiers there. Might not have been quite behind cover from that angle. Send a grenade in. VonIvan paying attention, but kind of has to dodge into it. Satchel back the other way, but penal's already too low to win the engagement. Have to retreat. Territory changing hands on the flanks continuously this game. Still haven't played on this map that often. Maybe a lot of people are vetoing it or something. Don't really have any wise insights on how it should be played personally. Penal's trying to get the cap off here, but sending out a neutral cover. Maybe could have got into this crater. It would help them fight against the Obers a lot more evenly. In the end they lose though. VonIvan actually sneaking a fuel cache down the far corner. Interesting. Getting his tier 4 tech down now as well. He's built another squad of conscripts, by the way.
Enemy forces are attempting to
Is this
capture
going to be
our territory.
PTRS or is this going to be 7-man? So far the PTRSs haven't helped him basically at all. I would generally suggest
Enemy forces are
upgrading them with
neutralizing
PTRSs after you see what your opponent does in terms of light vehicles.
anti-tank armed aircraft are standing by.
Otherwise you're just kind of hamstringing your anti-infantry firepower for no reason. Oh, MrGhosty not paying attention, loses the fog screen down the far side, but he's just in such a commanding position at the moment. Doesn't even matter that much. He's about to pump out a Panzer IV, rebuilding that lost fog now. VonIvan not too far away from a tank himself, but you got no territory control. It is actually quite a long way away. Very low fuel income even with that fuel cache down. I'd say VonIvan probably should put down CS sandbags along this side of the fuel point as well. Looks like he's putting down tripwire though. Or maybe is that maybe even a light AT mine? Like tripwire. Concussive grenade and VonIvan has to retreat there. Wow. And MG34 going to jump onto this, which is going to secure a cutoff again. So VonIvan really struggling for fuel control. Also quite low on munitions, so if he does need another squad of PTRS conscripts, not upgraded with the 7-man already, so not very well equipped to deal with the Panzer IV. Basically just one squad of PTRS conscripts. They're getting quite low now. P4 not going to chase, doesn't have the machine gun upgrade as well. I don't think it would have got the wipe on retreat anyway. But VonIvan on Struggle Street now doesn't have tier 2 tech down either, so no access to a ZIS. Just has to try and save for that T34 now. I suppose he could also go for an SU-76, but I think in this scenario he's just going to try and save the T34. SU-76 is a decent option. Maybe if he was winning a little bit more in the infantry game, it'd be a slightly stronger option. P4 upgrade with the machine gun now. Machine gun in the middle, having to retreat. P4 getting some good hits in there. Building very low, jumping in that may mean death for from one more P4 shot. Remember, this church has no windows on either side, so jumping into it not going to help you firing in those directions. Once again, Von should be trying to get some sandbags down on the central VP area while capping here. But you can see the rust in those kind of movements, not doing that. Looks like they're going to get forced away by the Stern Pioneers now. They hit 3 with that though, so that's nice. Penal's still doing pretty well at the moment because no STG upgrades after so many losses. MrGhosty hasn't quite had the munitions. And here comes the T34 for Von. He's got a bit of manpower spare as well. Could squeeze in one more squad. At this stage might be thinking about putting down his tier 2 tech. No, he's going for an M3. I think we're going to see some pure shenanigans here. Going to maybe jump the conscripts into the M3. Go for a daring play on the Panzer IV. Oh, big hit from the T34 immediately, almost getting a wipe. Not quite. That was just misses both ways. back. Okay, here comes the M3. Conscripts at the ready. VonIvan going for an attack round into the fog, hoping to connect. Doesn't. Oh, I was very close to Vet 2, then these penals will drop off hard against them. At the moment, still performing pretty well, especially with the support of the flamethrower squad. Okay, Panzer IV coming across. Here we go, VonIvan making his move, going in with the PTRS's P4. Getting away though, and down goes the M3. T34 now getting a bit low. Missing and bouncing, but triggers a friendly mine, so the Panzer IV can't go in for the chase. Stern Pioneer's right next door for the repairs though. Looks like on the other side, VonIvan managing to steal away a Rakit, and Panzer IV heading over there trying to prevent it from getting away. P4 misses that shot. So despite this M3 play backfiring on VonIvan pretty damn hard, makes way with the Rakitten on the other side of the map, which does help him out a lot. Oh, looks like he ran into a booby trap there maybe. Squad very low. He's going to retreat early as well. Doesn't want to get wiped on retreat. Playing it safe. But still VonIvan with the resources. So little fuel control so far this game. It's kind of crazy. Cut off again. P4 back up to full. Vet 1 already. We've got a Panther coming in from MrGhosty. VonIvan down to 100 VPs. He is desperate now. He's only got one squad available with snares as well. Could make it tricky dealing with these Axis medium tanks with only one snaring squad.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Heading out, looking for the Panzer IV. Here we go, finds it. And pretty quick on the reactions. The terrorists connect, but the... oh, can he get in range? Oh, not quite, and it cancelled. Didn't quite get close enough. The grenade assault. Or maybe he cancelled it actually. Pretty rare it will go on cooldown. Without triggering. For at least like one grenade. T34 coming out, chasing away that squad, but in comes the Panther, Rakitten, a little bit far away here. T34 in a bit of trouble. Just avoids the snare though from the Volksgrenadiers, couldn't quite get in range. And MrGhosty playing super passively here with the Panther, not chasing him for the kill. Doesn't get it. VonIvan playing real greedy. Going for the VP then instead of bringing the Rakitten in to assist. Didn't end up costing him that engagement and did manage to secure control of the far VP. So at least he's not on the drain. In fact, they're drain against MrGhosty right now. VonIvan right there for another T34 and he puts it in the queue. Still going to be very tough for him. Fine with two T34s against these two tanks. Backed up by the Rakitten as well. I'm not too far away from the PTAB bombing run though. Which can be pretty strong. Oh, conscripts. Ooh, late retreat could get wiped now potentially. P4 needs to hit this next shot. Okay. But yeah, that could have gone wrong for Von. Very, very easily.
We have a new T34 standing by.
T34 just about ready to rumble.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
VonIvan definitely playing pain now. Look at that. A lot of attention to the victory points now, being down to just 74. But he has stabilized. Getting good penetrating shot in there with the T34. Panzer IV pulling back now. Panther really far away. T34 charging down the road. Panther coming in from the side. Conscripts. Oh, a lot of frontal penetrations. VonIvan getting very lucky, going in for the Ram for the finish. AT grenade assault connects with the Panther, and the Ram finishes the job on the Panzer IV. And now the T34. This didn't even get a main gun crit from that. And down goes the Panther. What a calamity. MrGhosty getting so unlucky, or VonIvan rather getting super lucky with the T34 pins. And the frontal arm of that Panzer IV, that was crazy unlucky for him. VonIvan saw the opportunity and seized it, knocking out 2 high value vehicles and only taking 1 in return. One loss. Wow. You guys saw how much damage the AT grenade assault did to the Panther. Took off maybe like about a third of its health. It's very, very strong if you can get it to go off. Grenade in. Slightly late on the dodge, but does get out of there. And VonIvan charging into the middle. Looking for the cap. Got the overs there though. PTRS conscript's not going to stand much of a chance. He jumps into the building to stall for a little bit. How long will that last? Probably even yet just run into the capping circle with the overs. That's how little damage the PTRS conscripts are doing now. Oh, runs forwards with the T34. Raketing there to meet him. T34 backing around the corner. Overs capping in the middle. VonIvan going to be on the drain again shortly. MrGhosty fielding another Panzer IV. Backed up by the double Raketens now as well. Might be quite tricky for VonIvan, making use of the camouflage ability here. Very rarely seen. What does it do? I think your immobile gives you a bonus, like I think a penetration and rate of fire bonus or something from your first shot. But you can't move around when in that form of camouflage, unlike the Jagdpanzer or the Lux, for example. VonIvan going for a T34 flank, but missing the first shot. Panzer IV connecting. No squad to snare nearby for MrGhosty though, maybe a slight mistake. Machine gun getting overwhelmed by the penals. Oh, and the Raken connecting. Panzer IV not chasing in though, a little bit slow to react. And as a result, T34 going to get away. So machine gun, yeah, going down, but a couple squads nearby. They regather, and oh boy, the vested obers. Maybe going to get the wipe here. We've got the PTAB coming in. Doesn't do amazingly against infantry. Oh, MrGhosty getting out of there in time. Only took 2 model losses from that bombing run. It's pretty good against infantry, but not just... It's not like fragmentation bombs or anything. Another T-34 coming in from Von, the Soviet war machine. It's time to get cranking now, and he's going to actually be ahead of MrGhosty all of a sudden in terms of armor. Bit of a downtime period here. We'll get a bit of double time cooking. But yeah, both of these players should be making more use of sandbags. Disappointing to see. Oh, the kitten not facing the correct direction. P4 trying to maintain a safe distance from PTRS conscripts, but they're doing a pretty good job hiding behind the building.
Supply sector under attack.
Over's here with the backup. The kitten forced away, almost decrewed. But the Over's just doing so much damage. There are kitten back there, not quite facing the correct direction. Still not quite facing the correct direction. Wasted Faust. Oh boy, T34, not expecting that. Getting a little bit too aggressive, going in for the ram. Connects and penetrates. Results in engine damage too. Oh, and he just has the munitions for the bombing run. Is that regular or heavy engine damage? Looks like regular engine damage. And the Panzer IV dodges most of the damage. Nicely done. Didn't quite knock out the Raketen either. So overall, MrGhosty trading pretty well there. The other T34 on the far flank, not available to come over and finish the job. Wouldn't get there in time. T34 on the far flank. It's being used in secure mode earlier. MrGhosty, quite a lot of downtime on these units in base. So far I'd say the main weakness of MrGhosty is his support weapon play, and just as, well, I suppose, general support play, having squads in the vicinity for Fausts. His team weapon positioning not that strong, repositions on them a little bit too slow. Just those little details letting him down so far as a match, making him unable to seal the deal against VonIvan here. Now lacking a little bit of manpower, suffered a lot of bleed in those last couple of engagements. Got quite a lot of fuel, but nowhere near the manpower for a tank. It was up to Vet 5, by the way. Real weapon. Double Raketens. Oh boy, T34's days may be numbered. No attack ground attempt though for the lucky scatter shot. Good reactions by Von getting out of there in time. He activated Hold Fire as well, hoping to disappear into the fog a little bit more quickly. It didn't end up working that way because the hull gun on the machine gun kept firing, but nice attempt. Just capping on the far side. Oh, a machine gun going down in the middle. Surprised we haven't seen an incendiary grenade into this building. I don't know why. Why not? Here comes the P4. Oh, VonIvan quick to react. Very, very nicely done. These Overs probably not going to win this unless they are in cover as well. That being said, the conscripts aren't Vet 3 yet. Oh, there it goes. T34 heading over in this direction, but Raketen's already set up and waiting. This time MrGhosty guessing right. But the T34 skirts around behind them. I'm not sure if the conscripts could maybe see them. Might have been able to. And now they're both forced away. Panzer IV on the far side. Still decrewed in the middle, and as he went to recrew it, T34 connecting with a big shot and a squad down in the recrewing process. And once again, MrGhosty, with his Panzer IV on one side, unable to support his units on this side, getting caught out by VonIvan. Now VonIvan in the driver's seat all of a sudden. MrGhosty severely lacking in infantry. You're building a squad now, low on manpower though. VonIvan going for the triple cap now. Things turning around quickly. Bit of a lull in the action right now. Looks like Von taking this time to put down a few mines. T34 here waiting in the camouflage again, which is kind of cool. There we go, MrGhosty coming forwards. T34 opening up there, penetrating. Penetrating twice in a row. Rather than getting out of there in the nick of time though. Kids don't quite finish the job. This one also waiting in camouflage. T34 breaking it to open up on these two squads. Panzer IV on half health. Can't really afford to go over here and fight this T34. Here we go, another PTAB bombing run coming in. Looks like the Panzer IV is going to get out of there, but maybe not the support weapons. Raketen getting decrewed, machine gun almost going down as well. And T34 chasing the squads away on the far flank. MrGhosty with a bit of trouble. We've got Stuka rocket barrage coming in. M3 finishing the job on the machine gun. T34 going in for the kill now on the Panzer IV, penetrating from the front. PTRS is not quite finishing the job. P4, oh, T34 missing a crucial shot. It's going to come down to the next hit. Oh, that's a rare sight. Panzer IV gets a shot off while the T34 shot was in mid-air, and they both end up dying. But, you know, VonIvan, nice use of this, like on the far flank. It's a capping unit. But VonIvan, you know, he started really strong in that engagement. Getting a few lucky penetrating hits, and then on the other half, you know, a couple bounces, a couple misses, kind of evened out. But overall, obviously a good trade for VonIvan. T34 being much cheaper. And he did manage to steal away that MG34 as well. So now VonIvan just way ahead of MrGhosty. Oh, Raketen gets the low health T34. Nicely done. Ober's now sprinting out to the VPs. And a fresh Panzer IV from MrGhosty, just about there for another one as well. Could pump two of them out. Looks like VonIvan now going for a T70. Interesting choice. He does need to keep going on the T34s, honestly. I mean, what does he have for anti-tank? He's got one PTRS squad. And MrGhosty investing into another Panzer IV now. How is VonIvan gonna cope? I suppose he could get a couple PTRSs on his penals. So he has the munitions, but man, he's in a rough situation. There we go, Panzer IV continuing on the offensive. I've been trying to sneak around with these conscripts looking for the AT grenade assault. No machine gun upgrade on this from MrGhosty, so won't rip through them that quickly. I've been making use of the stealth ability now as well. Wonder if MrGhosty's going to fall for it. Oh boy. Alright, he's going to go for some attack rounds. Almost connecting, almost revealing that conscript, but not quite. If he just went for one more shot, probably would work. Oh boy. Oh, well, he's keeping his distance. Safe distance. Just on the far flank, grenade not dodged from the MP40 Falk, and VonIvan losing a squad. Conscripts and hoping to get the AT grenade assault off, but don't. Do manage to get a few PTRS shots off on the rear armor though. Consolation price. VonIvan being very mobile with the T70, switching from side to side, trying to avoid those Panzer IVs. get a little bit closer with this Panzer IV.
We have a new T34 standing by.
Reduce the scatter a little bit. VonIvan staying strong in the middle. Second P4 coming across now though.
Our territory is
No
falling
repairs
into
from
enemy
Mr. Ghosty, important to note. Needs to get some stern pioneers now. And here comes another T34 for VonIvan. We'll run into the double Panzer IVs though. Must attack ground attempt. Mr. Ghosty does not respond. Fox, okay, yep, capping. T34 going forwards, finds the low health Panzer IV, penetrates as well. P4 needs to pull back. This squad playing passively, this squad doesn't have PTRSs, don't know why he didn't come in for a potential flank on that T34. Conscripts Urine forwards, hoping to get the AT grenade assault off, but do not. Just to keep kiting. Conscripts out there on negative cover, taking a lot of damage. Raketen coming in behind this as well. T70 switching sides. Going after the Obers, but they are passively healing. Oh, T34 takes a main gun crit. P4 is moving in. No Vet 1 yet, no Blitz. It looks like the T34 is going to be fast enough to get away.
50 points remain before our defeat.
VonIvan on the drain again. Oh, and could lose the stolen MG34 here as well. And does.
We have lost a machine gun crew.
Another T34 coming in for VonIvan. Mr. Ghosty still without repairs, remember. Should probably have heard this in the fog of war. Looks like a squad had that. Luckily it wasn't the low health Panzer IV rather. Obers trying to stall the cap here, drain Von of a few more points. Here they come. P4 missing the first shot. Is Vet 1 now? Could use the... Oh no, it doesn't have the munitions. Okay, now has the munitions for the Blitz. Oh, Penal could go down now. He's got the machine gun upgrade on both of them. Chasing in. Penal will be lucky to survive and does not. Outskirts coming in, but too little too late. And finally some stern pioneers out for Mr. Ghosty. He's about to get the cap going. 38 VPs left for Von. How's he going to turn this one around? T70 looking for an angle of opportunity. In this scenario where you've got a Raketen set up like this, I'd say it's generally better to have it camouflaged. T70 finds an angle on it here. And forces it away. Panzer IV coming across, but the T34 also there. VonIvan a little bit clumsy with maneuvering. Not on the rear armor here. Now the Panzer IV coming in on low, a little bit risky. One doesn't quite have the munitions for a PTAB, but in comes an SU-85, the AT grenade assault onto the Panzer IV, and it goes down. The other Panzer IV needs to get out of there. He needs to blitz out, otherwise the SU-85 will finish him. Doesn't have the munitions for the blitz. And while this is going on, the machine gun going down the middle to the T70. Obers making a break for the VP. Run over 2 mines, but still ticking. T70 might have something to say about that though. Oh, looks like VonIvan going to go use it on secure mode. Cap the VP so he doesn't drain out here. And waste of munitions, I would say, getting the Faust off here is so low. If you had like 100 or so, might as well go for it, but this exact scenario, I don't think it was worthwhile. Fresh conscripts for Von. A bit more capping power. Upgrading with the 7-man straight up away. Put this up for a little bit here.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Conscripts stand no chance against the MP40s at that range. Obers did get away on the far flank. Comes the Raketin connecting with T70. But doesn't get another shot off. MrGhosty with still all the ingredients to win this game. Looks like he managed to recrew that machine gun. Still got the vetted Raketin, still got the vetted Obers. He's yeah, still in a very good position.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Senior grenade in. No dodge by Von. Score's getting very low actually now. Satchel in. No dodge from MrGhosty. A little bit late, and that results in engine damage. SU-85 moving across. Looking to finish the job. Raketin needs to be coming over right now, and here it comes. A little bit slow. SU-85 has repaired. So no snare there. Here comes the T70. Raketin setting up. No snare anymore. If you got the snare on the T70, that would have really helped. SU-85 looking for the Panzer IV. And here they go, trading blows. SU-85 pulling back a little bit now. On focus sight mode, moving very slowly though. Panzer IV still in range. Raketin not continuing its way across here. And the SU-85 alive on 1 health. Still the Raketin not coming across. Still. Okay, now it's coming. Just way too late from MrGhosty. I can understand it maybe if he's controlling a few more units, but this is not an enormous army. Sitting up looking for the T70 kill, but can't get it. Kind of lucky for VonIvan though, they ran over that mine, revealing their position. Otherwise the Raketin probably would have got the kill. Oh, VonIvan getting very low on VPs. Machine gun locking down the middle. Satchel out. Oh, he retreats to dodge. And that gives a window for VonIvan to get the neutralized. 6 VPs remaining. Capping in the far side once again with the T70. We've got a Panther coming out now. VonIvan desperately repairing his SU-85, but it's going to be off the field for quite some time. Panther could do a lot of damage here. Oh, throwing out a smoke grenade here to assist with the cap. And comes the Panther behind this. The smoke blocking his sight. Ooh, Faust over here finishes off this T70. And the Panther didn't chase through the smoke after the T70. Another T34 for VonIvan. Cap pressure is on though, the cap pressure is on. He's sending the T70 rather to the far side. I'm going to force that squad away, it looks like, away from the Panther. No, going down the middle. Panther coming forwards. SU-85 nearly up to full but not quite. Wasn't repairing it with the vetted squad, so repairs a little bit slow. But no machine gun covering the middle at the moment. Not quite yet, at least. Tempo's dropping quickly to these vetted squads. Panther coming across. Snare, T70 going to go down, but in the middle, VonIvan getting the cap going. And could, it does get the kill on the machine gun. A little bit clumsy there from MrGhosty. T70 going down. Oh, back the other way. Von could lose this. Nope. Oh wow, he goes for the steal on the machine gun. That's not going to work in front of those vetted Obers.
One of our machine guns has been silenced.
SU-85 heading out to the far flank looking for the Panther. There's still these mines around, by the way. Could be an issue for MrGhosty. Panther firing a shot. SU-85 looking for the angle. many VPs left for MrGhosty now either.
Is falling into enemy hands.
Moves into the center. Panther and S-35 trading blows. Panther coming out better off. T34 threatening for the flank, but Panther chasing around the building. T34 focusing on the VPs mainly. Good trades and main gun crit. S-35 out of commission. Panther free to finish the job here. But he gets behind the trees. Side is blocked. Panther blitzing in, not on prioritized vehicles though. Turning its gun towards the conscripts. Big mistake. And the Obers end up going down in the middle to the T34.
Our headquarters is taking enemy fire.
He's going in, looking for the kill. One VP remaining for VonIvan, but he's still alive.
The enemy has
Panther
destroyed
could be in a
one
bit
of
of trouble here. T34 coming in, misses its first shot. Panther connecting. Ram going off there, but VonIvan without any follow-up. Once again, Von trying to go for the weapon steal, but I don't think it's going to work out. Panther finishes the job on the T34, getting away. PTRS package pops on the penals now, but slightly too late. Panther is going to make it out. VonIvan with the cap, and MrGhosty draining out faster. He doesn't have much infantry himself. He's going for a Hetzer. Interesting choice. Losing those Obers was such a huge blow though.
The enemy has only 50 points
50
remaining.
VPs left for MrGhosty. VonIvan very low. Gonna squeeze another T34 into his build. No repairs as well for MrGhosty, remember. Lost his Stern Pioneers again. Looks like he's sending his Raketten out to the far side. Just wants that capping power. VonIvan doesn't have AT grenades, so can't get a snare. Doesn't have them in progress either.
That is at risk.
Penal's coming across. Looking for the sticky satchel. Hits are coming out now. Close engagement, but the MP40 is going to win on that far flank, getting the cap going.
Killed another infantry squad.
And here comes the Hetzer. Panther coming in. Oh boy, that's going to take a sticky satchel right here.
New T34
Could go down now. Getting capped on the far flank, though. I think that's going to be it. I don't think VonIvan can get the VPs under control fast enough. It's going to drain out. And there we go. VonIvan does indeed drain out. So Von getting off to a tough start this match, and I think just amplified by losing his T70 immediately. Did definitely see VonIvan a little bit rusty this match. But overall, pretty fun match. A little bit slow at sometimes. But nice to see some off-meta commanders. And a few shenanigans too. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.